Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the New York Jets. Hi, everyone. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in playing reasonably well. Losers the last time out, but winners of 4 of 5 before that. Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. A look now at the Miami offense.
I remember when Laramie Tunsil was coming out of Mississippi and I was evaluating him for the draft in 2016. I ended up writing down a description that I tended to like, and I'm going to use it here now. He's got feet like a receiver. He's got a body like an offensive lineman and hands like a boxer. Put it all together, you got a heck of an offensive lineman.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. 2nd and 10. And his throw here's incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage. Here are the starters defensively for the Jets. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
So in prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
On 3rd down, Hammer. And he finds Stills, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. On 1st down, Hammer under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Wilson now in his 2nd season in Miami. First 4 years were in Kansas City. He's always been a solid complementary receiver, but Miami really hoping he can take the next step in his development, be more of a go-to guy now at 27 years of age. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So here are the Jets under new head coach Adam Gase. They'll be led out by their second-year quarterback, Sam Darnold, out of USC. At the start of last season, Darnold became the youngest quarterback in the Super Bowl era to start the first week of a season. But we definitely saw some inexperience, particularly at the start. He even threw a pick-6 on his first NFL throw, if you remember. But as the year developed, he developed, starting to put up some respectable numbers. And with some marquee players now to complement his skills out wide, a lot of people are looking for a trend upwards for Sam Darnold this year. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. The offensive starters now for the Jets.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be, can they get a second win on the road and make going home that much sweeter? That's the intention in this ball game.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jerome Baker drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. They get the sack on the blitz, but it was 3rd and inches. Are you surprised like I am they weren't running the football there?
I'm right there with you. I would have thought it worst. Quarterback sneak, try and pick up the first down and move on. But instead, I think they thought they could catch him by surprise and maybe hit something deep.
12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks. And, his first carry, he loses the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Defense.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Kiko Alonso. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. From the 50, it's Darnold. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. We're scoreless after 1. Here's a 2nd and 7. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down. Hammer, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Hammer. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 42. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Jets' 44.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hammer. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 26.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now a draw play with Drake. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
You got it.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go. Looking to throw. Hammer. And this is complete. It's Allen. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Albert Wilson, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. We remind you that coming up later tonight, we've got a good AFC battle in Baltimore. The Super Bowl champs, New England, in town to take on the Ravens. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, the Cowboys and the Giants from MetLife Stadium to wrap up this first weekend in November. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's go. Let's do it.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. To throw is Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Darnold now to throw. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Let's go, baby.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Jets have recovered.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Darnold, and his throw is incomplete. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they stop him short of the first, as he can only get to the 20. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Let's go.
And now let's talk about Kenyon Drake. He's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner. We expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the 2nd quarter. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Hammer. Caught. It's Wilson. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin 1st down. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will do it for this 1st half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL. We are officially into the 2nd half of the season. We'll get started in upstate New York. Washington making the trek north to take on Buffalo. And as they approach halftime, it's the Redskins who have the lead in that one. Case Keenum with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we'll head to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And you can see there, it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Andrew Luck throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they've got the lead over the visiting Chicago Bears. Carson Wentz has thrown a couple of touchdown passes there. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the 2nd half? Find out? Let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And New York set to take the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. He'll have a first down past the 40. That goes for a gain of 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Belt, of course, three-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's a throw out wide to Anderson. And he'll get nothing out of that one. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Following the field goal on is Locke Edwards to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Hammer. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again. Hammer. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. On first down, Hammer eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 6. And Stills bringing it in. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 41-yard line. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Back to throw. Hammer. It's complete. Stills. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Throwing on 1st down. Hammer, flush to his right. His throw incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Hammer, Allen's got it complete. Well, they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Parker unable to get that one. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back now in Miami. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. Darnold. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Leonard Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he finds Stills, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A well-executed 22-yard gain. On 1st and 10, Hammer, wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This is caught, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jakeem Grant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Great corner route there, not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing again on second down. Darnold, he's got Herndon, his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. A first down throw, Darnold. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That's on Kelechi Osemele, the guard. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Let's go, team.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. The Jets on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put the blitz coming, and down he goes. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They run it with Balazs. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
So Sam Darnold in the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. Just over 1:40 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. To throw is Darnold. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. To throw again on second down. Darnold, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Darnold now to throw, and that is incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And here we go on 4th. Darnold, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Hammer. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Trumaine Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the interception, here's Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Now it's Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Dolphins, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.